Good afternoon, 5th and 6th periods. I know what you're thinking. You know, the ice storm's hitting. We don't have to have pre-calculus today, but I don't want you to get left behind, so I'm going to teach you what I taught first period. And basically, we're going to do the solving for a variable by completing the square, but today I'm going to do it when a is not equal to 1. So what I did was I picked two problems from your homework for tonight, and I'm going to help you out with those two, and I'm going to let you try a few more. But I'm going to start with number 15, and if you look at your packet, this is number 15. I'm broadcasting from an undisclosed location. Don't worry about that. But this is number 15, okay? So number 15, we're going to do what we did last time, and what we're going to do is we kind of, when we're dealing with the ones with the a of 1, we basically moved everything to one side and got that kind of c value, so to speak, over to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to add this 20k over here, so it's going to be positive. I'm going to keep that over here, so it's going to look like this now. 5k squared plus 20k. I'm going to leave myself some room here, equals 60. So all I did was I took this and I added it over to the other side. Okay, so now, usually what I told you to do is to take this b value and split it in half. When you square it, we create this like perfect square trinomial, but that only works when a is equal to 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of make a equal to 1 by factoring it out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these two values, and the value that's messing me up is this 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor it out. So I'm going to put the 5 here. I'm going to put parentheses. If I take the 5 out of this, I'm going to put k squared plus, what's this going to be? That's right, class. 4k, because 5 times 4 is 20, right? I'm going to leave myself a little room here, and I haven't messed with that 60, so that's going to stay just like that. Okay. Now, just like we did yesterday, what we're going to do is we're going to create our own perfect square trinomial here, and the trick was you take this b value, you split it in half, so 4 split in half is 2, and when I square it, I'm going to put a 4, because 2 squared is 4, right? So now I've created this perfect square trinomial, but I've added this number to the equation, so I've kind of unbalanced it now. So what I need to do is I need to balance. Now, you might be thinking, okay, add a 4 over here. Well, technically, we didn't add a 4. We added a 4, but it has this 5 waiting for it, so we technically added a 20 to this side, because putting a 4 here really multiplies by 5. So what I need to do is go over here and add, to balance it, I actually need to put a plus 20, right? Now it's balanced because this is 20 and this is 20, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep my 5 here, right? This is obviously 80. Now this, if you remember from yesterday, we're going to write this as a perfect square, okay? So factors of 4 that add to 4 are 2 and 2. So basically what you have is you have k plus 2, and you have it twice, right? So we say k plus 2 squared. Now, our main goal here is solve for k. What is k? All right, so since it's a quadratic, we're going to have two answers. So we're going to kind of follow the same steps we did yesterday, but yesterday we just went to square rooting, but there's this 5 over here. So all we have to do is get rid of that 5 by dividing. So if we divide both sides like this, we get k plus 2 squared equals 80 divided by 5. That should be 16. And so I'm going to put a 16 right here. Okay. And now, just like yesterday, I'm going to square root both sides. So now I have k plus 2 equals, this is going to be plus or minus 4, right? Plus or minus 4. And the final step is subtract 2 from this side, so minus 2, minus 2. So my final answer is k equals negative 2 plus or minus 4. And if I say k equals negative 2 plus or minus 4, well, negative 2 plus 4 would be a 2, and negative 2 minus 4 would be a negative 6. So my two answers are 2 and negative 6. You could actually, you could take those two answers there and go back and plug those in for k and check our solutions, okay? So if you see me do anything wrong, just, shoot me an email, say you're an idiot or something like that, but this should be good, 2 and negative 6, okay? So, pretty simple. So all we did was we basically, instead of like just going straight for, creating our own perfect square, we had to take that a value out, then create a perfect square, and there's just a little more algebra involved at the bottom, just with that dividing the 5 out and all that stuff. But overall, it's pretty similar, okay? So let's try one more, okay? So this is number 18, right? So the first thing I'm going to do on number 18 is I'm going to bring this 18 in over here, right? So I'm going to do that to both sides. And I'm going to subtract this 79 to both sides, kind of get that on the other side, right? So what you end up having when you put everything in its right order, it's 9n squared plus 18n, leave myself a little space here, equals, and that should be now a negative 79 when you bring it over here. Just some basic addition and subtraction properties of equality. So we don't want that 9, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to take it out. So if I take the 9 out, I'm left with n squared plus 18 divided by 9 would be 2n. Leave myself some space there, equals negative 79, like that. Now I'm going to complete my square here. So if I take this b value and split in half, 2 divided by 2 is 1. And when I square it, 1 squared is a 1, right? So I added a 1, but did I really add a 1? No, I added a 1 times 9. So to balance it out, 1 times 9 is 9, so I got to come over here and add a 9. And so now I have this 9 parentheses. If I write the factor version of this, factors of 1 add to 2 are 1 and 1, so that happens twice, right? And over here, negative 79 plus 9 would be negative 70. Okay? Now, I'm going to do the same steps I did yesterday, or excuse me, last time. So I'm going to divide both sides by 9, right? Divide by 9. So if I divide that, I get n plus 1 squared equals negative 70 divided by 9. So now, at this point, we have to take the square root of both sides. So square root, square root. Now, obviously, if I take the square root of n plus 1 squared, it's going to be n plus 1, right? But over here, watch this. This is getting, I mean, most people are tempted to go ahead and just put like a, this fraction in their calculators and get a decimal and all this stuff. But if you break this up, you can actually take the square root of negative 70 over the square root of 9. Now, we all know, by the way, it has to be plus or minus, right? But the square root of 9 is going to be just a straight up 3, right? Now, we can't take the square root of a negative 70, so what we have to say is, since that's a negative, we have to say I root 70, and nothing can come out of 70 because essentially it's just, 7 times 5 times 2, so there's no double, so this is the simplified version of that. Now the only step left is to say subtract the 1 from both sides, so you have n equals negative 1 plus or minus I root 70 over 3. Okay. So let me get that a little closer here, sorry. This is kind of your final answer. Okay, so for the purposes of what we're trying to do, you can leave your answer like this, but if you look at the answer guide to the problems, they won't write the answer like this. So it is good practice to get a common denominator. So watch this. If I write that, you say negative 1 plus or minus I root 70 over 3. What they do is basically they get a common denominator. So if I put this over 1, the common denominator here would be a 3. So if I give this a 3 over 3, basically what you have, negative 1 plus 3 is a negative 3. And then since you have a common denominator, it's all going to be over 3, and you just put plus or minus I root 70. So you'll most likely see the answer like this. But if you gave me this answer right here, I wouldn't be mad at you, okay? Because we're basically doing completing the square stuff for work we're going to be doing with conics. So hopefully that helps. And for your homework, I would like you to do, I think, 15 through 19, and we just did 2 of those. So you basically only have 3 more. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We just did 2, 3 problems. So do those 3 problems. If you want a bonus problem or, you want some extra practice, try 20 out. It's a little beyond the scope of what we need to do this for, but if you want a challenge, go ahead and do it. So, I'm now done teaching, so I'm on break now. So, see you suckers later. Bye.